the United Center. And with tip-off coming up, we've got just enough time to hear from our good friend David Aldridge on the sideline. D.A., take it away.
Well, guys, Nate McMillan took over as coach of the Pacers last season. Now, his previous head coaching job had been 5 seasons prior. He said,
"Thanks, David. It's great to have a mix of those things. Adapt or die, as they say." And tonight, something we always like to see. 2 fierce conference rivals going at it. Doris, what's the difference in emotion in a rivalry game such as this?
Well, what you like about something like tonight's game is there's a little bit of distaste, right? When these 2 teams meet, something important's on the line, and you can feel the intensity.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. On the court for Indiana, Collison and Oladipo pair at the 1 and the 2. Young and Turner up front, and it's Robinson in at the small forward position. Here's Collison, and it's Chicago with the rebound. He's covered by Collison. Levine for 3, and Oladipo pulls it down. And the Pacers with possession here. Outside, Robinson expanding his range. That doesn't go, and he's 0 of 1 from the field. Now the Bulls with it. Down low, here's Lopez. The shot, no good. So the Pacers will take it the other way. Shot from 12. Oladipo, good.
And sometimes there's no defense good enough for Victor Oladipo. An incredible shooter, even with a hand in his face.
Poke loose. Now here's Collison, the fast break opportunity. Here's Robinson. The shot's good. Collison making the play. Robinson's got his first points in this one.
Costly there. Just a loss of focus leads to the ball going the other way.
Well, he simply wasn't paying attention. Coughed it up. Got to be more assertive and strong with the basketball.
Yeah, good job to take it right at the D.
And the Pacers operating in a smaller market. Some cost restraints for this franchise.
Right. This is not a team that can pay the luxury tax. It's not necessarily a free agent destination either. Those are challenges, but they have remained very competitive over the years.
The first free throw is good. Good on both. And Nate McMillan with a solid track record as head coach in Seattle and Portland before taking over the Indiana Pacers.
Well, think about it. Before this job, 12 seasons, all coaching in the Northwest. And that goes along with 12 seasons as a player, all with the Sonics. He actually earned the nickname Mr. Sonic for almost 2 decades in Seattle.
Levine kicks to Mirotic. Grant outside. Good ball movement here by the Bulls. The rebound by Young.
Boy, still not quite in rhythm. Just 1 for 4.
Stolen by Levine. Stolen by Robinson. Oladipo against Grant. Young outside. Collison, the pass to Oladipo. There's the double team with Grant. And out of bounds as the Bulls gain possession. Bulls have gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. That one falls, his second basket of the game. He's now 2 for 3.
And where's the help? Obviously a missed rotation, something they're going to want to patch up.
Right, because otherwise you're going to give up those close range opportunities all night. If you allow the opposition to get into a groove, look out.
Screen by Young. Collison kicks to Young. Lopez with the steal. To the paint. Here's Grant. Feeds to Mirotic. Levine wide open. And a miss there on the triple. For Indiana, they've gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. Turner with the screen. Robinson against Levine. Off the screen. Collison, no good.
And a surprise, he doesn't knock that down. Defense a little too lax that time.
Vicious to Levine. Over Robinson. Here's Lopez. Finds the bottom of the bucket from 13 feet out.
You know, when Robin Lopez is hitting that mid-range shot, it just opens up so much for him on the interior.
Collison kicks to Young. Collison with the screen for Young. No good, and they can't put an end to this drought. The Bulls leading by 4. Right side Levine. Got a piece of it. Robinson with it. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
Robinson against Grant. Mirotic has a wide open look. Drops in the tray. Mirotic has got his first 3 points of the game.
There's a chance he could go for a big game if they don't beat him up on the perimeter.
So the Pacers call timeout, their first of the game. Of course, we have so many bigs that are playmakers, even though their position doesn't say they really should fall in that category. But we do have a lot of guys that can pass, that have size, and operate down low. Who, in your opinion, tend to be some of those names under the radar?
Well, I go to Marc Gasol, who is an all-star center in the NBA. But what his value is, he's increasingly become comfortable with a guy who they want to take 15 to 20 shots a game. But the beauty of Marc Gasol is the unselfish nature of his game. You can stick Marc at the elbow, enter the ball through him, and you know something good is going to happen. He's going to make the right pass. He's going to lead to the pass that leads to the pass that leads to the score, or he can get his own offense. I think for me, maybe the under-radar guy in terms of playmaking have to be Marc Gasol. So excellent team basketball. Use the screen to free himself up and drill the jump shot.
Done. Good on the bucket.
Defensively, they've been a step slow here to start.
Last outing for Indiana. They won that game against the Hawks in Atlanta. And Young kicks to Stevenson. Sabonis. No good with the triple.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
Pass to Dunn. Over Joseph. And the Bulls tack on 2 more.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Joseph sets a screen for Stevenson. And Joseph kicks to Jefferson. Bounces high off the rim and drops. Jefferson's got his first basket of the night.
Well, it doesn't take a lot of space. Al Jefferson can knock down the mid-range game.
And as the first quarter wraps up, already a double-digit lead. Bulls lead by 12. And we'll get the second quarter underway on the other side of this break. Welcome back. It's been all one-sided so far through the first quarter as our second quarter gets. Pacers trail by 12. On the court for the Pacers as our second quarter gets underway. They've got Corey Joseph. Jefferson is out there with Sabonis. Then it's Lance Stevenson, and it's Young in at the point guard position. Swiped away. 3-on-3. It's stolen by Jefferson. For the finish. Oh, and the dunk by Stevenson.
I'll tell you, always great to have a big man who can dish the basketball. Jefferson sees the floor well.
That was a great angle we just saw, courtesy of Under Armour. Another Unleash Chaos moment. Holiday dishes to Dunn. Takes the 3. Portis can't get it to go.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Screen by Jefferson. Pass to Sabonis. There's the 3. Kept alive by Indiana. A second chance effort. Jefferson's shot is off. The Bulls leading by 10. Outside Holiday. Shot off the pick, and it goes out of bounds. That one's off Holiday.
Ouch, that's a wasted possession. Got to shake it off and forget it happened, guys.
The Pacers have gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. And so the timeout taken by Nate McMillan here.
Yeah, it looked like they tried to shoot their way out of the slump, and that didn't work. They got to go back and regroup.
Yeah, maybe a new approach, because what they're doing is not working. You're going to have to alter some things on the offensive end.
A minute and a half gone here in the second quarter. Puts it up from 12. No good off the front iron.
And the D does just enough to throw off his rhythm on that shot.
Pondexter, no good. Pacers trail by 10. Here's Stevenson. Good on the shot, and that shaves the lead to single digits.
Exactly the kind of ball movement they're looking for.
Well, with the NBA being so much about pace and space nowadays, that makes Al Jefferson a throwback. A rare big man these days who wants to make his living posting up.
And Jefferson has said he's seen the NBA transition to floor spacing big men happen right in front of his eyes.
Right, but he believes there's still a place for his game in the NBA. Still a good scorer, able to punish teams in the low block, playing with the second unit.
And last season, Doris, we saw the flashes of potential for what Chris Dunn can be, taken 5th overall out of Providence in the draft, and didn't have the easiest time adjusting. But you can see where he'll be of value to this team down the line.
Right, and I think due to the years of experience he had in college, everyone expected Chris Dunn to make an immediate splash. It takes everyone a different amount of time to adjust to the NBA. Dunn has proven he can play NBA-level defense. Now the offense has to catch up.
Oladipo against Grant. Oladipo misses.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
The Bulls leading by 10. This one on the play. Bucket's good. He'll go to the line.
And just showing you his determination despite the size difference.
I mean, how does he get that shot off? I mean, he had to angle that perfectly to get past the defender.
Doris, what an honor. Inducted into your college's Hall of Fame, something not many of us can say. What does that kind of honor do for the confidence for you personally going forward?
You know what? Providence College is a place that means a great deal to me. So what that Hall of Fame induction did was just remind me of all the special memories that I shared with my teammates. I'm close with many of them today. And Kevin, you know this. You know, if you've ever been inside a locker room, it's those moments when you're laughing until your stomach hurts. I'd say we were the Hall of Fame fun team. That's what I'd say.
I think we're on the fun team here on 2K. Count that one.
Defensively, this is what you know. He's coming off a hot game and looking to keep it rolling.
Well, you want to slow this man's roll right now if you're the defense, because you've got to make somebody else beat you. He's cooking right now.
Chicago leading by 12. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
I mean, even from over here, you could see that one pretty clearly.
For Chicago, they have been on target from the free throw line. They're 5 of 5 in that department. And he knocks down the first one.
And they're really getting more points at the free throw line here in the second quarter.
He hits both from the stripe. Pacers trail by 14. Collison kicks to Young. It's Oladipo on the wing. He's covered by Grant. Indiana again missing.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
And it's good for 2. 15 points in the game.
I'll tell you, get the feeling he's only going to get better as this game wears on. That first quarter was good. His second quarter has been great.
Here's Collison. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2. Well, Darren Collison going through the free agency process this last summer. Greg, Indiana jumped at the chance to add him to the roster.
Yeah, and with Collison and his ability to play in so many ways, that is what made teams go after him. He doesn't always take a big signing to change the complexity of a team. Getting solid contributors like Collison go a long way in building the foundation of a team.
We throw good, Darren Collison. And both free throws good for Darren Collison. Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter. To the middle, deflects the pass. Young with the steal. The wide open look here for Oladipo. And the Pacers can't get it to go. Here's Grant for three. The rebound by Turner.
And even with good coverage defensively that time, he has confidence to drill the three.
Screen by Young. Got that one. The Bulls' lead has been cut down now to just 12 on the basket from Collison.
Oh, nice screen. Really a poor defensive reaction and the obvious result.
You simply can't give him that. You have to fight through the screen and at least get a hand in the face of the shooter. Well, he's got wonderful touch from deep, right? And with his size, the defender has a hard time even bothering him on the perimeter.
Timeout called the Pacers. Robinson kicks to Collison. Shot from 12. And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls. Collison's got 6 points in the quarter.
You know, rough start for him, but he seems to have turned the corner here in the second period.
Chicago leading by 13. To the paint. And that one's good by Lopez. Lopez has got his second bucket.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Young passes to Turner. And sticking right with it, gets the foul with the bucket, and he'll go to the line.
Yeah, Miles Turner can carve space. Don't let that lean frame fool you. He can get inside and score deep.
Chicago making a switch here. Holiday's checked in. The Pacers also changing it up. Lance Stevenson comes in for Glenn Robinson III, and it's Joseph in for Darren Collison. Grant outside. Back to Mirotic. And again, it's the Bulls from deep.
You know, building up confidence as the game goes on. Hit one from behind the arc in the opening period. 2 here in the second.
And Joseph kicks to Young. Turner with the screen. 13 feet away. No good that time. Good D by Lopez.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
And you see the unselfishness of Robin Lopez right there. You think, quote, dirty work, but that time, playmaking.
Now Joseph. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. And Stevenson, the bucket on the assist from Joseph.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
And so it's the Chicago Bulls. Their lead at 15 going into the break. And their ability to get points in the paint has made all the difference in this one. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks a lot, Al. What has the strategy been defensively, and what needs to happen in the second half?
Well, we just got to help. We can't let everybody beat us. We just everybody got to help, and on the defense end, and getting the key to protect the paint.
Al, thanks for your time, man. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David, and we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter. See you in just a bit.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. Along with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal, I'm Ernie Johnson. Time for the NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports. Chicago was looking great right away. Their mission to dominate early was accomplished with a spirited 14-4 run to start. At the end of one, they were still firmly in control, up by 12. Then in quarter number 2, they actually increased their intensity to pull further out in front, finishing with a double-digit advantage at the half. And Kenny, what did you think about what you saw from Chicago?
Well, they were completely in rhythm shooting the basketball. Just watching the flow of their offense, everything clicked into place. Fantastic shot selection. They took advantage of everything the defense gave them.
Shaq, your take on Indiana.
Well, they got to do a better job on the glass. Ernie, they got outworked. They were weak physically. That's part of how they fell behind in this game. I think if they can control those things, they'll be okay, Ernie.
And we're just about ready for the start of the third quarter. Kevin Harlan standing by. We'll see you.
Welcome back to the hustle and bustle of Chicago. A time-lapse view of all the traffic heading toward downtown. Welcome back, everyone, to the start of the second half. Big margin on our hand. And it's the Pacers with the ball. 15-point game. Mirotic at the power forward with Lopez in the middle. Then it's Zach LaVine. Then there's Grant. And that's the group for Fred Hoiberg as we begin the second half.
You know, he's working on his inside game, but clearly there's still a little more work to do.
He's covered by Collison. Poke loose. He dishes it to Oladipo over Grant. Oladipo, good. Oladipo's got the first bucket of the third here for the Pacers.
Well, that's just the catch-and-shoot game of Victor Oladipo. So fast on the trigger on the catch.
Mirotic gets the bucket.
They're getting a lot of their points outside the paint. 3 of their last 5 baskets are from three-point range.
And the dunk by Grant.
You know, how about the big fella making the right play there to create that bucket?
Second half of basketball, just over a minute played so far. Collison kicks to Robinson. Young in the corner. Robinson sets a screen for Young. Over LaVine. Shots good from Young.
Well, finishing through contact is a skill, and Young is showing real grit, powering in through the defense.
Robin Lopez, a solid big man who can clean up the glass and Greg get you some points on the other end.
And Robin Lopez might not have great range now, but, you know, that could change. He says he's working on a three-point shot, and his logic is that since his twin brother Brook can make threes, it can't be that hard.
Indiana making some changes. Jefferson comes in for Turner, and Sabonis is checked in for Young. Pacers trail by 19. Collison kicks to Robinson. Sabonis, the pass to Jefferson. Robinson against LaVine. Robinson, that's good. Robinson's got his second basket.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
And there's the foul, and Darren Collison picks it up. That is his first foul of the game.
Man, it's close, but, you know, didn't get on balance quick enough.
Joseph Young's checked in for Victor Oladipo. LaVine kicks to Felicio. And the foul on Al Jefferson. That is his first foul of the game. And Doris, looking at the financial health of the league, tremendous TV ratings with the finals coverage again. Nearly half the teams valued around $1 billion, which to me is just unfathomable. Are we in the golden age of professional basketball in this country, of the NBA?
I think certainly we are in one of the great generations for the NBA. And think about this. I know soccer is the most popular game worldwide, Kevin, but increasingly basketball beyond the borders of the United States is one of the most popular and fastest growing sports. So I don't think there's any question the NBA is at its peak of its popularity with no end in sight. And I think there's a reason for that. You know, I think there's something very tangible and touchable to the NBA fan. Look at a guy like Steph Curry. He looks like every man, and yet he's finding tremendous success. That's appealing to NBA fans of the next generation.
Now, here is Young. Defense is right there. Outside Robinson. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And the 3 ball is good. Robinson's got 7.
Boy, excellent start to the second half. They've missed just once in 5 attempts.
And Stevenson's checked in for the Pacers. Corey Joseph comes in for Darren Collison. Doris, you graduated as your university's all-time assist leader. What do you think is the most important trait for becoming a great guard, a great playmaker?
Well, I think obviously you have to have a pretty good handle because generally you're going to absorb some pressure in the middle of a game. But I think the other part of that is, Kevin, you've got to be someone who enjoys watching someone else score as much as you enjoy scoring yourself.
I think this makes you such a great analyst because you had to know as a guard everybody's role and everybody's movement on a certain play.
You know, that's a great point. I've always said being a point guard is the perfect position to come at an analyst job from. You're 100% right.
And the rebounding has been key to their success here tonight.
Yeah, they've dominated that category in this one. It's reflected in the score.
LaVine, good.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Screen by Jefferson. It's Young on the wing. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. The reverse. Got a hand on it. LaVine against Stevenson.
Well, multiple-time winner of the slam dunk contest, LaVine has got a creative streak.
That Unleash Chaos Under Armour replay really giving us a good look at the action. Joseph with a screen on LaVine. Sabonis, the pass to Jefferson. Jefferson missing again. Chicago leading by 20. Dunn dishes to LaVine. There's the pass to Portis. Back to LaVine. And LaVine with the slam.
Exceptional play across the board. I love their tenacity, just piling it on at this point.
You know, and the beauty is it hasn't just been offense, right? It's been the defensive end as well. They're firing on all cylinders right now.
Here's Joseph. Chicago grabs the miss. Right side LaVine. Young with the steal. Here's Stevenson. Doesn't go for him. Chicago has gone 6 of 14 with the 3 ball tonight. Just a little over 40%. LaVine, foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Well, think about Zach LaVine suffering that ACL tear last season, guys. He then gets sent to the Bulls in the Jimmy Butler trade. Certainly that's a lot to deal with. Let's hope he can flourish in his new surroundings.
First free throw is good. And for LaVine, everything was up for him across the board. Doris, you knew he had the athleticism, but don't you see the skills now have caught up with that in short time?
I don't think there's any question, Kev. It's amazing how quickly his shot has progressed. With his burst and shooting, he's now a nightmare to guard. This guy's a great all-around talent who is only getting better.
And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. It's going to be on Miles Turner. The Bulls have shot the ball well from the free throw line, 8 of 9. And the first one drops. And nice to see Zach LaVine back out on the floor after seeing him lose the back half of last season to injury. Doris, that was a tough blow for him, tearing his ACL, but he hopes to have a full recovery.
Well, I think, Kev, the key piece here is sports medicine can do so much more now with the recovery of an ACL. And when Zach LaVine is healthy, with his burst and the ability in the open floor, this guy is a sight to behold.
Oladipo with the ball, and Holiday picks him up defensively. Shot clock at 6. LaVine against Stevenson. Lopez with the steal. Oh, and a fast break for the Bulls. And then LaVine with the jam.
Well, few will be able to match up with LaVine in the open court. Fast and fluid.
And here's Stevenson to stop the run. And the quarter ends with some stifling defense right there. And so it's Chicago rolling along with a 27-point lead as we wrap up a quarter. They've been playing some ferocious defense. Right back after this break. And we're rolling here again with the fourth quarter. Might not come down to the wire, but you never know. And Chicago has possession. On the court right now for the Pacers. Leaf is out there with Utah. Then it's Lance Stevenson. Then it's Corey Joseph. And it's Turner in at the center filling out the middle. And Indiana shooting under 40% all in all for the game. Stevenson, a screen on Holiday. Here's Utah. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. Doris, I've heard you talk often about instituting a play clock from the very beginnings of someone learning the game of basketball.
Kevin, I think this is absolutely critical to the future of the game of basketball here in the United States, because the Europeans right now, from the formative stages, from the youngest someone picks up the game of basketball, play under duress of the shot clock. And the reason that's important is you must be a three-tool player to play under duress of the shot clock, meaning you've got to be a triple threat. You've got to be able to pass it, dribble it, and shoot it. And to do that with the pressure of a shot clock leaning in on you from those earliest moments is significant. And I know I have the backing of guys like R.C. Buford and Rick Carlisle. They believe, more important than me, intelligent basketball people believe that in the United States, we must institute a shot clock from the time guys and young women pick up the game.
First one falls for him. The Pacers making a switch here. Collison's out there. And Grant drops them both. Now here's Collison. Pass to Leaf. A second chance effort. In deep. Turner drops it in.
Well, Kevin, you love the determination, right? Miles Turner effectively getting to the window and getting another opportunity. Oh. You've got to be kidding.
And that fella can flat out fly, can he?
Reminds me of a young Greg Anthony out of UNLV.
Goodness.
No doubt about that. Just look at the elevation he climbed to right there.
Kevin, you just made my knees hurt.
It is the truth, though. His vertical is a huge part of what makes him tough to defend at the basket. Boy, what touch. You know, a lot of guys don't have the kind of feel necessary to make the floater.
There's one trend we've seen in the league, an emphasis on getting back defensively rather than pounding the offensive glass. I think of San Antonio a little bit when I think about that. Why is that, you think?
You know, I don't know if this is something cyclical and we'll eventually see teams emphasize getting to the offensive glass as a means to help them win. But one of the most dangerous aspects of the NBA right now is transition-free opportunities. We're not even seeing teams get back to the hoop and build their defense out. At this point, they're sprinting to the three-point line and then building back toward the hoop. So a drastic difference. We'll see if it changes at any point.
Here's Grant. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. 4 on the clock. That's another one for him. His 5th in just 7 shots.
And some guys just have a nose for scoring. And this one couldn't have been any easier.
Well, really good awareness by the scorer. You're seeing an opening in the defense and exploiting it beautifully.
And once again, off the mark by Indiana. Bulls have gone a perfect 4 of 4 to start the final quarter. Can't ask for anything more than that. And Holiday kicks to Grant. Now here is Holiday. He's covered closely.
Yeah, and in terms of accuracy, they are dominating the second half.
Well, they're certainly connecting on a lot of shots in the second half, generating high percentage looks and really cashing in.
Turner, that falls. Great assist by Darren Collison. Collison's got 3 assists tonight. The Bulls have gotten every shot they've taken so far in the fourth quarter to go in. That's 5 in a row to start the quarter. Grant kicks to Zipser. Back to Grant. Inside. And it's sent back by Turner.
How about Turner's ability to anticipate when the shooter's going to release? Couldn't be better at timing his rejections.
They set the screen. Robinson misses.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area.
Markkanen, good.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless. They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
And it's Turner finishing it off.
Now, this is why Miles Turner is such a high percentage scorer. You combine length, athleticism, and basketball skills. Good luck with that defense.
Yep, that one goes in there. 14 points for Jaren Grant.
I love this approach. Despite the lead, still attacking, adding fuel to the fire.
They are absolutely relentless right now, Greg. There's no end in sight. They are going for it.
Leaf, no good.
And it's not easy to get those stops at the rim, but he does a great job with it.
Yeah, he can make it look simple on the interior when it's really not. He knew exactly how to guard on the inside.
And that's out of bounds. Indiana will retain possession. Some changes for Indiana. Anna Bogu's checked in for Miles Turner, and Joseph Young subbed in for Darren Collison. We've got 1:48 left to play here in the fourth. Young passes to Robinson. They set the pick. Out to the right wing. 6 to shoot. Here's Young. No good on the shot. A bit long that time. The Bulls have gotten 7 of their 8 shots to fall here in the fourth. A tremendous offensive outburst.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout. Big-time dominance. And this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for Chicago.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win. A game that not many will soon forget. And on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And in terms of the season record, this is going to be their 18th win overall.
Important. With this win, they split the season series at a game apiece and also avoid the sweep. And that has to be a relief.
And while there was some nice performances tonight, it definitely ended up being a solid outing for Zach LaVine.
Boy, what a security blanket this guy has been on the offensive end. He made sure they didn't suffer any cold spells. And anytime the offense started to get stagnant, they could get him the basketball, and he'd get them in the right position.
Pass to Leaf. Shot to stop the run. And good. And it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down.
Boy, that's as wide open as you're going to get. The defense needs to lock in and be better than that.
Pass to Felicio. Lays it up and banks it in.
And that's a killer instinct on display as they try to put this one on ice.
I think that's exactly the mentality you have to have. You don't want to give this team any hope of coming back.
Pass to Anabogu. Back to Young, expanding his range. Kept alive. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in.
And giving the fans what they came to see, a spirited performance.
Yeah, it really was. They wanted this home win badly, and they went out and took it.
And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. It was a tale of 2 teams tonight, one that was in total control, operating flawlessly, and the other just searching for answers that they could never find.
I mean, the energy here is just so tremendous. Fans involved from the get-go, and once they started to really pour it on, it was fun to see that rhythm and flow from their perspective.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, and the rest of our terrific crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you later.